It seems clear to me that the world has this all wrong. We seem to define strength as a kind of toughness or grit or invincibility. Or worse yet, some see it as a type of grandiosity mixed with the desire to wield power over others. But honestly, I don't think any of that has anything to do with true strength. Every attempt to dominate or hold others down in order to seem strong is actually born from deep-seated weakness. I see it as an overcompensation pattern for unconscious insecurity, scarcity, and fear, enacted by people too scared to face their own vulnerability and too stuck to act with empathy. But true strength isn't about trying to build walls, overpower others, or pretend we're infallible. The essence of true strength is found in the compassion we cultivate, the connections we foster, and the authenticity we embrace, not in the power we wield over others. And true inner strength is born from embracing our vulnerabilities, lovingly accepting our own imperfections, having the courage to listen to our deepest needs and desires, and most of all, from showing up in our lives and communities connected to our own humanity. Embracing your true inner strength is an act that acknowledges your inherent worth and the legitimacy of your needs and feelings. And it's cultivated every time you make choices that align with your most authentic and compassionate self. When you're in your inner strength, you honor your inner wisdom, listen to the whispers of your heart, and courageously face the wounded and vulnerable parts within yourself with acceptance. And I know that may sound like a tall order, but just like everything else on this healing journey, it's something that we create breath by breath and step by step, imperfectly. And I bet you have more strength in you than you realize. I know your journey hasn't been easy, and the journey ahead may not be easy either. But the fact that you've made it through all of the ups and downs and still have love in your heart is a testament to your immense inner strength. And I think the world needs those of us strong enough to act from authenticity and compassion now more than ever. So today's somatic meditation for inner strength is designed to help you connect with the depth and breadth of the true strength you carry within. It's a soothing journey inward designed to help you uncover the beauty and brilliance of your authentic self so that your most authentic and real self can guide you through the ebbs and flows of life. No matter how much or how little you already feel aware of your inner strength, this somatic meditation can help you understand it more deeply and embody it more fully. Welcome to Somatic Healing Meditations, the podcast that helps you regulate your nervous system, deepen your healing journey, and feel better in your body. I'm Karenna with Hello Inner Light, and I'm so glad you're here. I'm a somatic healing coach who specializes in compassionate, body-centered processing techniques that help you heal the wounds that are holding you back. So if that's the kind of content you need more of in your life, please subscribe to this podcast and join me every Friday on this beautiful journey out of your head and into your more embodied and authentic self. And if you want to learn even more about how to regulate your nervous system and connect with your body and emotions in a deep and supportive way, I have a free mini course called the Feel It to Heal It mini course that's available on my website. In 5 powerful mini lessons, it will help you drop in, deepen your compassionate self-understanding, and find more clarity and healing on your journey. The link to enroll for free is in the show notes. Now, before we get started, here's a quick word from the sponsors that make all this free content possible. Now, let's dive into this somatic meditation for inner strength. So right off the bat, Let's begin doing havening touch. So there are 3 ways to do havening touch. One is by rubbing your palms together, just gently rubbing your palms together at a pace and with a pressure that feels soothing and nurturing to you. You can also do havening touch by rubbing down your arms from shoulder to elbow, shoulder to elbow, shoulder to elbow, just going down. And you can also do the havening touch by rubbing anywhere on your face, cheeks, and forehead with either your fingertips or your palms. Again, just using a pace and a pressure of touch that feels soothing and nurturing to you. So, havening touch has been shown to create an increase of delta waves in deep parts of your brain. And these delta waves actually down-regulate your amygdala and soothe deep emotional parts of your brain that cause a relaxation response to happen in your whole body. So go ahead and continue to do the havening touch for most of this meditation. And you can do it on your palms, moving down your arms, or anywhere on your face, cheeks, or forehead. And you can just move between those 3 areas of touch. If there's one of those areas of touch that you particularly like let's say you really like the face havening, then just hang out there longer. And if there's any of those touches that don't feel good to you, then just skip them or modify them so they do feel good to you. And as you're doing the havening touch, just allow your eyes to close as you turn your attention more and more deeply inward. And as you turn your attention inward and you continue to do the havening touch, just bring your awareness to your breath. So as you're doing the havening touch, just notice that you can feel the breath moving in and out through your nostrils. You can feel your breath causing your chest and tummy to rise and fall. Imagining that with every inhale, you can breathe in clean, healing energy from the universe. And with every exhale, you release tension from a deeper and deeper place within, till eventually you're releasing tension all the way from your toes. Now continuing to do havening touch in whatever way feels good to you. Just imagine that you can breathe in and out through your heart. And as you breathe in and out through your heart, you just begin to come into deeper and deeper connection with your heart. Like you can really feel what it feels like to breathe in and out through your heart. Noticing how it feels to inhale into your heart. And noticing how it feels to exhale out of your heart. Feeling the rhythmic movement of your breath. And just inviting your breath to get a little bit slower. And you don't have to force, and you don't have to make your breath the maximum length it could possibly be. You're just very gently slowing your breath. So as you feel the air moving in and out through your heart, you can also feel the gentle pressure and movement of the havening touch. You can feel the temperature and the texture of the skin on your palms and your fingertips. And as you gently breathe in and out through your heart, and you gently do the havening touch, you just begin to come into connection with yourself in this moment more and more. Feeling the rhythm of your breath. And the rhythm of the havening touch. And continuing to do the havening touch, we're now going to do some Iffirmations for inner strength. So, Iffirmations are a more authentic and powerful version of affirmations because they allow us to authentically begin to imagine greater possibilities. So, as you're doing the havening touch, I'm going to say these Iffirmations for inner strength, and you just go ahead and repeat them after I say them. What if I have more strength, courage, and fortitude within me than I realize? What if I'm more than just my fears and anxieties? What if within me I have what it takes to face my challenges? What would it be like to stand strong in my own energy? What if I'm enough exactly as I am? What would it be like to consistently make choices that align with my deepest values, desires, and authenticity? What if my true inner strength is rooted in my authenticity and compassion? What if my true inner strength doesn't have to look like anyone else's? What if I can let go of the perceptions and habits that disempower me? What would it be like to embrace my bravest self? What would would it be like to reclaim my power and strength from anywhere I left it in the past? What if it's safe for me to embody my full strength now, even if I had to stay small in the past? What if it's safe for me to take up space and share my voice with the world? Who could I become if I allowed my inner strength to flow through me and fill me? Now breathing and feeling. Begin to notice a feeling of true inner strength within you. And even if it's just a tiny part of you that feels this true inner strength, even if it's just a single molecule, that's okay. There's no right or wrong here. You're just noticing the feeling of true inner strength wherever you notice it within right now. Breathing and doing the havening touch. And notice where you feel that feeling of true inner strength the most. Is it more on the right or the left? Is it more deep or superficial? Does that feeling of inner strength have a color or a quality? Is it moving or still? And how would you describe this feeling? What descriptive words could you use? Noticing anything else you're noticing about this feeling of inner strength. And taking another breath, your imagination is going to take your awareness into this feeling of inner strength. It's like you become the color and the quality. You become that inner strength. You know what it knows. You feel what it feels. And you even look out through its perspective. Taking a gentle breath and surrendering even more deeply into this inner strength. now you're going to speak as the inner strength, just breathing and being the inner strength and letting your words come forward. You're going to finish the following sentences. So, as the inner strength, finishing this sentence, what it's like to be me is. Breathing and feeling and being the inner strength. As the inner strength, finish this sentence. What I see when I look at life is. Breathing and surrendering even more deeply into the inner strength. And as the inner strength, finish this sentence. What I believe deep down is. Breathing as the inner strength, finishing this sentence. What I really want to say is. Breathing and surrendering, speaking as the inner strength, finish this sentence. What I'm realizing as I say all of this is. Breathing and feeling and speaking as the inner strength, finishing this sentence. How it feels to realize that is. And now just speaking anything else that wants to be spoken from the inner strength until that feels complete. When that feels complete, your imagination is going to take your awareness out of this inner strength and back into all parts of you. So taking a gentle breath and landing back in the wholeness and totality of you. And as you fully land back in your whole self, you're going to look back at that inner strength and receive a stream of colored energy from it, representing everything it just said. Noticing the color and the quality of that stream of colored energy. And noticing where you receive it in your body first. Fully receiving all of that energy from your inner strength. And then when you're ready, as your whole self, you're going to speak back to the inner strength. And as your whole self, you're just going to say, "Inner strength, what I heard from you or what I received from you is." Breathing and feeling, speaking as your whole self back to the inner strength. You're just going to say, "Inner strength, how it feels to hear that or receive that is." Breathing and feeling. And as your whole self speaking back to the inner strength, you're just going to say, "Inner strength, how I see this helping me moving forward is." And now just letting anything else that wants to happen between your whole self and your inner strength, just letting that happen now. And really noticing, how do you feel now? What has shifted within you? How has your perception changed? And what do you understand now that you didn't understand before? So just noticing what feels different within you. And we're going to do those Iffirmations for inner strength one more time. I'm going to move through them a little bit more quickly this time, but as you repeat after me, just notice how they feel different from the first time we said them. So repeating after me. What if I have more strength, courage, and fortitude within me than I realize? What if I'm more than just my fears and anxieties? What if within me I have what it takes to face my challenges? What would it be like to stand strong in my own energy? What if I'm enough exactly as I am? What would it be like to consistently make choices that align with my deepest values, desires, and authenticity? What if my true inner strength is rooted in my authenticity and compassion? What if my true inner strength doesn't have to look like anyone else's? What if I can let go of the perceptions and habits that disempower me? What would it be like to embrace my bravest self? What would it be like to reclaim my power and strength from anywhere I left it in the past? What if it's safe for me to embody my full strength now, even if I had to stay small in the past? What if it's safe for me to take up space and share my voice with the world? Who could I become if I allowed my inner strength to flow through me and fill me? Now taking another breath. Again, noticing. Did those Iffirmations feel different the second time? Now we're going to begin to bring this somatic meditation to a close. But before we do, just take a moment to thank yourself. Thank yourself for doing this meditation, for showing up for yourself in this way. See if you can show yourself a little bit of appreciation. And now ask your body if there's anything else it wants or needs before we bring this to a close. And just listen for any answer that you get. Breathing. And when you feel ready, you're just going to let your eyes flutter open, and you're going to let go of the havening touch if you haven't already. Perhaps taking a moment to stretch or wiggle, move your body. Great work. So, how was this somatic meditation for inner strength? How did you feel when we started, and how do you feel now? Also, what did you learn about your authentic inner strength? Please let me know in the comments. I would love to hear from you. Thank you so much for joining me today. As a reminder, you're invited to enroll in my free mini course, the Feel It to Heal It mini course, to experience even more regulation, interconnection, and clarity. If you enjoyed today's episode, it would mean so much to me if you would subscribe to the podcast and also rate and review it. You could also send this episode to a friend who you think would enjoy it. And don't forget to join me every Friday on this beautiful journey out of your head and into your more embodied and authentic self.